What's going on? James here, VP of Sales and Marketing at ProLine, and today we're going to look at how Hover integrates with ProLine. So the Hover integration can be enabled via the integrations page inside of your ProLine account. You're going to do this on desktop. Go up to hamburger menu, click integrations, and then click into Hover, and it'll take you here. By default, what you're going to see in the top left for the configure integration are going to be area down to waste factor, which are the measurement fields that come out of box inside of your ProLine account. So we go ahead and preload your measurement fields for roofing out of box when you have a ProLine account. Now, the difference here is that with Hover, unlike the other measurement providers that we have integrated natively inside ProLine, Hover supports more than just roofing. So with Hover, you can also pull over the openings. You can also pull over the area, the trim measurements, the roof line, and the corners. Now, the thing to keep in mind about this is that out of box, like we said, the only things that are inside your ProLine account are going to be the standard roofing measurements. So if you want to have any of those be able to be mapped via integration, you're going to obviously have to have an option for them to be mapped to. So to do that, you're going to come over here and we're going to hit add measurement, and then you're going to type in the corresponding name for something on the integration side that you wanted. Let's take, for example, I don't know, the corners inside corners quantity siding. Let's say that is what we wanted to do. And we pop that in here and we hit create. Now, when we hit create, if we come back to the integrations page, we then have the ability to select that. And that's what you're going to do. So any of these, the corners, roof line, trim, area, openings that you want to use in here, all that you need to do is just have the appropriate field created inside of your ProLine account to map that. And then you are good to go there. Now, when this integration is enabled, you see it currently on the bottom. What you're going to be able to do is come into your ProLine account, come into any project. We're going to use Raven here for a second. Come into the measurement tab, and in the measurement tab, you're going to see the logo at the bottom. Now, when you click the logo at the bottom, if you do click that, you're going to see the address on the project be automatically populated to the search bar. If there's not a project on Hover that matches that address or the name, we can just back this out and it will pull up anything in your Hover account that you have measurements for. Now, whenever you're ready to select one here, you'll select which it is. We'll use, let's say, Hover Drive here. We'll hit import. So we click the report. We'll hit import. Now, when that comes up, you'll see it'll go to place. It'll take a couple seconds because these measurements already do exist on the Hover side. When we do hit place, it'll change over to complete. Take just a few seconds. Then we can click in here and it pulls up the measurements. So the measurements are mapped via how we had them configured in the integration. So area to total area, length of ridge to ridges, linear foot. That's going to come over. And of course, if you added more measurement fields in there from the openings, the corners, the trim, the area, what have you, those would also then get mapped from any report that had that. Now, inside of your report here, you're going to have the ability to obviously manually edit any of these, change anything in here that you like, right? Delete, add, change the numbers. You also in any report can access the PDF with one click. So you can click into the PDF and then you can see that. Now, this report specifically looks like there was corners and openings and areas, but we don't have those mapped inside, so it didn't come through. It just brought over the roofing measurements, as you can see. Hey, ridges, hips, valleys, rakes, eaves. And so that's something to keep in mind. This PDF can be accessed on this report. It also can be accessed in the file section. If you click into the files at the very bottom of the files, you also then will have that Hover report as well. And you can reference that here. So in the measurement tab or in the file section, totally up to you. Now, from this, we have report Hover Drive. From this, we can absolutely automatically make a quote. Come in to hit new quote, go ahead and select the structure, and we'll go Hover, report, Hover Drive, and maybe we say, I don't know, roof replacement, detail pricing, multi-option. We'll hit create. Now, once we hit create, take up to about 20 seconds, unless you have about 40 structures in here. And then we have the back end of this, and then you can edit any of this, change any of it, change the settings on anything, and go ahead and send this off for signature. So hope that makes sense. for the Hover integration, and look forward to seeing you use it. Talk soon.